afternoon. My name is Amelia Earhart Putnam. I've just flown in from Darwin, Australia, to Lae, Papua New Guinea, where we are right now. Thank you so much for inviting me to come and share with you a little bit about my life. I was born in Atchison, Kansas during 1897. For the most part, I had a fairly standard childhood. My parents are Edwin and Amy Earhart. 2 years after my birth, my sister, Morel, was born on December 29th, 1899. Together, we played sports, wore bloomers, I made my own roller coaster, and shot my own .22 rifle. Some of my elders were shocked by this type of behavior, but I felt as if some elders had to be shocked for everyone's good now and then. During my childhood, I was privileged to see the Wright brothers playing, which at the time was a disappointment to me. To me, the plane was a thing of rusty wire and wood, and not at all interesting. Eventually, because that plane was invented, it helped me in my future by allowing me to use a unique transportation as the years passed. It also served as a starting point for more advanced planes to be built, which served my life purposes well. I've enjoyed the pleasure of many achievements in my life. In 1918, I visited my sister in Toronto, Canada, and became a nurse's aide alongside her, caring for wounded soldiers. From 1920 to 1922, I took flying lessons from Netta Snook, a female flight instructor, and went on to purchase my own plane, the Canary, mostly because of my hatred towards the plane I was forced to use while learning. The Canary was a yellow biplane which I enjoyed very much. By 1928, I flew across the Atlantic Ocean in the Friendship, which was the name of the plane, with two men, Bill Stoltz and Lou Gordon. Soon after, a parade was held in New York to celebrate our transatlantic flight. I started a group of women pilots named the 99s, who elected me as their first president. Although there were many things I planned to do in life, the one thing I vowed not to do was to get married. I had no intention of getting married. But fortunately, in 1931, I eventually changed my mind and married a man named George Palmer Putnam, who happened to also be my publisher for the many articles and the book I wrote about my travels. Soon thereafter, I took a solo flight across the Atlantic, and then I had the privilege of taking Eleanor Roosevelt up in a plane. On January 18, 1935, I received a letter from Franklin Roosevelt, our 32nd president, congratulating me on my flight from Hawaii to California. By then, my parents had to file for divorce. As I must leave momentarily, there are many things for which I would like to be remembered. I would like to become known as the First Lady of Flight, because I was and am the first woman to fly, navigate, and journey around the globe from the cockpit of a plane. I would like for you to remember that I had a brave and daring desire to write articles, to learn a wide variety of skills, and to model clothing, to set flight altitude records, to start clubs such as the 99s, and most importantly, to master flight. But I also long to be remembered as the spunky, brave, determined child I am at heart. Once I return home safely to the States, I will become known as the first person, a woman at that, to have circumnavigated the globe. Oh, look at the time, I must now leave. But as I headed for the Howland Islands, en route to the Hawaii Islands, and finally on to California. As I depart, wish me luck.